Hi everybody, my name's John and I'm here with Austin, and today we're going to talk about all the safety gear you need to race quarter midgets.
I'm here to demonstrate.
Here we have laid out all the safety equipment that you're going to need for quarter midget racing. Hey Austin.
Hi.
Austin's here to demonstrate all the safety gear. So down at this end we're going to start with, of course you need a helmet. It can't be a snowmobile helmet, it has to be an automotive racing style helmet. And then you have to have race shoes. They have to be closed-toed. Now this is optional, this is a Hans device, we'll show you what that does later. And then this is a head sock here, goes on your head. These are the handcuffs. We need racing gloves. And then this is a race receiver with earbuds, so that he can communicate to the race director and the race director can give commands and he can hear them. Here's a different set of gloves. And then we have a 1-layer race suit here. And then we have a 2-layer race suit here. The 2-layer race suit is for the upper classes. The single-layer race suit is for the lower classes. So now we're going to have Austin get dressed and demonstrate everything. Okay, we're going to start with the single piece race suit. It's a 1-piece, and this is a single layer, and this is what you'll use for most of the racing that you'll do. He's making sure to get his pants tucked down in there. Now he's got the other leg in. Got to make sure to get his pants all the way down there so they're not bunched up. Okay, now he's got to get it zipped up. Right. Now he's going to put his shoes on next. The race shoes have to be a closed-toe style. They can be a full-on race shoe. Some kids race in any kind of sneakers. This is a comfortable sneaker that he uses for racing. It has the Velcro on the top to keep all the laces tucked in. Okay, now we have our shoes on. We got the laces all tucked in, and we're Velcroing across the top. Next, we're going to move over here, and we got to put our communication earbuds in. So he's going to grab the earbuds. While he's putting those in, I'm going to help him here by grabbing his head sock, having it ready to go. Again, everything has a SFI rating to it, so you have to have these tags on it. If the tag's gone, the item is no good. Okay, now we got the head sock on. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the helmet on. Again, this helmet, we have our race receiver right on the side of the helmet, so it's ready to go. And we have the straps. Okay, so now he has his helmet on. He's going to buckle the strap. There he goes. Put the visor up so it doesn't get fogged up. Now the next thing is the Hans device. One of the most important safety pieces of equipment you can own. It's pretty expensive because they're about $450, but this is what would have saved Earnhardt's life if he was wearing one of these when he crashed in the 90s. It's down here a little bit. So now what happens is he gets the Hans device slipped in. Let me help you with that. And then we clip in the straps on both sides. You can see he has his race receiver on. His helmet is now on. The Hans device is on. And now I'm putting the strap in for the Hans device. Now that the Hans device is clipped in, if he was in an accident, turn to the side. if he was in an accident, his head can only go so far down because it's strapped and the seat belts are strapped to the Hans device. So that will protect his neck from having any neck kind of injury. All racers have to wear gloves. And again, the glove has to have a safety rating on it. There's the label right there. If that label's missing off the gloves are no good. Right there on the race suit, it has the safety label right there. All the safety equipment has to have the labels on it. Okay, Austin, go ahead and put your gloves on.
And they can't be snow gloves.
Yeah, they can't be snow gloves or work gloves. They have to be official racing gloves. Okay, next we have the handcuffs. Again, these are safety rated. And as soon as we get them on, we'll show you a picture. Here's Austin's old racing gloves, and as you can see, the safety labels are pretty worn out. Although they still exist, they're about to fall off. So this could result in a DQ, which is disqualification for faulty equipment. So you want to make sure your equipment's up to date. Next, we have our handcuffs installed, which are these Velcro straps right here. And what the handcuffs do is, if you are in a wreck, your arms can only go that far. And that little loop is hooked to your seat belts so that your hand can never fall outside the car or make it outside the car. Okay, next we're gonna have Austin get into the car. So the steering wheel comes off to make it easy to get in. One foot on the seat, 2 feet on the seat, grabbing the roll bar, and you can see how he slips right in. Okay, at this point he's going to need a little bit of help getting his safety belts on, so I'm going to go and help him. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the safety belt over. We want to make sure it's over the Hans device. And then we're going to put the other side on, doing the same thing, making sure it rides in the channel of the Hans device. Okay, now we got his communication wire here that he's sitting on. And then that goes under the arm. And then that's going to plug into the back of the headset. Okay, next is we need to get the submarine belt out. And now we have that submarine belt. We're going to hook the handcuffs to it. Hold this. You gotta hold that for me. Okay, so this belt right here is the first one, and then that one latches into it. Then we take our handcuff. Now that we have Austin in the car, we're going to latch all the safety belts. Okay, we got the lap belt inserted with the shoulder belt, and that's riding over the Hans device. Then we got to get the handcuff inserted into the submarine belt. And now we have the submarine belt hooked in. Now we're going to put the other safety belt strap on. And now we need the final strap. And now he's all hooked in. And now we're going to tighten these straps up nice and tight. And then he's going to clip on the steering wheel. So Austin's now strapped into the car. See where his elbow is? You always want that elbow on the inside. If it's on the outside of the bar, that's when it can get hit by another driver. So you always want that on the inside. The other thing is we have safety pads located there in case anything if any car was supposed to come next to him and hit him, he'd be protected. The steering wheel, pull on the steering wheel, it's locked in place. The safety belts, lean forward as far as you can, Austin. That's as far as he can lean forward. And then his Hans device, we're gonna lean his head back forward as far as we can. And as you can see, the straps tighten up so his head cannot go any farther than that. He also has a headrest. So if he gets into an impact, the headrest will stop his head from moving forward and backward. Put your hands up, Austin. So now he has his handcuffs on. So this is as far as his hands can go, even though his hands should never leave the steering wheel. He should always have his hands on the steering wheel, but if one comes loose, they can't get outside the car. Now the race director will be talking through the radio, and he'll say something like, "Wave your hands if you can hear me." And then they all know that the kids all have communication and they can all hear the race director. Now we finished our race and we got to get out of the car, so Austin's going to show you how we can get out of the car really fast. Steering wheel's off. Safety belts are now off. Handcuffs are off. Now he grabs the roll bar, lifts himself out of the car, and he's out. Good job, Austin. That was 31 seconds. Okay, right now the Hans device is hooked to the helmet, so Austin's going to show us how to unhook it. Go ahead. You pull the strap right here, it releases the clip, and now he can get his helmet off. Okay, now we have Austin in a two-piece race suit. This race suit is actually a 3-layer race suit for running the upper classes. When you run the faster cars that use methanol fuel and methane, some of the higher octane fuels are more flammable, so you need a higher rated suit. It has to be at least a 2-layer. This one's a 3-layer. The only problem with this race suit is, turn around, lift up the back. Sometimes this race suit can ride up. So this is the disadvantage of a one-piece race suit, because if it rides up, then it exposes skin, and if there's a fire, something can happen. But there's quite a bit of overlap to it, so that's our two-piece race suit. Go and unzip it. And you can see how it's 2 pieces. Now we're going to quickly talk about the cost of all this gear. This helmet here, you're looking at about a $500 helmet. You're looking at about $70, $80 for the correct shoes. Hans device, you're looking at about $450. Handcuffs, you're looking at about $70. A head sock, maybe $20 or $30. Race gloves, $60 or $70. Race receiver, $100. Single layer race suit, $150, $100 minimum. The double or triple layer race suit can be anywhere from $250 to $500, depending on how much embroidery is done on it. So all in all, our race gear is well over $1,000.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you at the racetrack.